My girlfriend said he needed me. I replied, bring the money by Friday. Then I opened a new account, hired a legal PI, froze the joint spending, moved out clean, and laid a ledger at Christmas dinner right before her parents opened it. Original post: I am 33, male. My girlfriend Grace is 31. We were together for years. No kids. We rented a small 2-bedroom near a park with loud geese. I run a small e-commerce logistics company. Long days, early trucks. She worked part-time as a dental receptionist and did some social content for a studio. It felt simple at first. The odd note landed on a Wednesday. Grace said she had booked a hotel room downtown with her best friend, Julian. She said he was in crisis. She said he needed space to talk. Overnight. 2 beds. She said it like a nurse giving discharge notes. My stomach did the small twist I trust. I kept my voice even. I asked why a lobby or cafe would not work. She said privacy. She said I should trust her. She smiled like that settled it. I did not shout. I did not list all the ways it felt wrong. I nodded once and said, okay, be safe. I went for a walk, cool air, thin moon. I wrote her sentence in my notes app with the date and time. I added hotel name, card charge. I checked our joint account. There it was, a hold from a boutique hotel. I scrolled back 2 months, 3 cash withdrawals I did not recognize. 2 transfers labeled Rame Julian. The twist in my stomach did not pass. I did not confront. I opened a folder on my laptop called Grace Timeline. I saved screenshots of the hotel charge and the transfers. I wrote a short line under each. No adjectives, just dates. When she left for the talk, I watched her ride-share icon slide across the city map to the hotel. An hour later, my phone pinged. The hold posted as a full charge. I put the phone face down. I called a friend who knows a licensed private investigator. I asked for a consult. He said, if you do this, stay legal, no passwords, no hacking. Only public spaces or consent. I said, understood. I hired the investigator for 1 night of observation. I sent the hotel name. He said he would sit in the bar in the lobby. He would get timestamps. That was my first action, not a scene. A plan. Update 1, the investigator texted at 10:30. He had footage from the lobby bar. Grace and Julian checked in together. 1 key, 1 bag each. They held hands while they waited for the elevator. He sent a still of them laughing at the bar 2 hours later. He got the elevator camera time as they went up at 1:13. He stayed until 2. He watched them come down at 9 the next morning in the same clothes, hair messy, holding 1 key card. He sent a short note. Public areas only. No audio. Timestamps attached. I printed the stills with the times. I cross-checked with our joint account. Another cash withdrawal hit at 8:50 p.m. at an ATM near the hotel. I added 2 more months of statements, more transfers. Rame Julian. Rent for Julian's apartment paid once from our joint, labeled temporary. I circled it in blue. Grace came home at 10. She smelled like hotel soap. She said they had talked all night. She said she was exhausted. I said, sit with me at the table, daylight, no music, phones face down. I need facts, I said. I slid the printed lobby still. I slid the ATM withdrawal. I turned the page to the rent transfer. Explain these. I kept my voice level. She stared at the paper, then at me. She said I was controlling. She said the still was not proof. She said she took out cash for drinks because her card had a hold. She said the rent payment was a loan because Julian was between jobs. She said she meant to tell me. She said I never ask about her life. I am asking now, I said. Did you sleep with him? She crossed her arms like a shield. No, she said. He cried. He needed me. You should be proud I helped. I did not argue. I slid 1 more page. A short ledger I had made of the transfers to Julian in the past 8 weeks. This is our joint money, I said. I need it back in the account by Friday, all of it. If you need to help a friend, do it with your money, not mine. I pushed a copy of a written budget across the table. We are going to live by this until we either fix this or end this. She stood and scoffed. You and your spreadsheets, she said. You care more about columns than people. I care about consent, I said. You spent my money without it, she pointed at the door. If you loved me, you would have trusted me, she said. Hiring someone to watch me is sick. I hired someone to watch a lobby, I said. Because your story had holes. I am not yelling. I am not leaving a hole in my bank account. We will talk again Friday. Bring the money. Bring the truth. She texted Julian while I washed dishes. I saw his name light the screen. I did not read. I slept in the spare room. In the morning, I called my bank and asked about removing a joint user. They said both had to sign or we could close and open again separately. I opened a new account for my direct deposit. I moved subscriptions I paid for into my name only. I set an appointment with a landlord to discuss lease options if we split. Update 2, Friday came. No money appeared. Grace sent me a photo of a check from Julian made out to her. It bounced. The bank app showed a red returned. I moved my direct deposit to the new account that morning. I reduced my next joint transfer to the bare rent share. I sent her a clean email. Please stop using the joint account. I will pay my half of rent and utilities through the end of the month while we sort this out. Any withdrawals beyond that are theft. She posted a story that night, a black screen with white text about men who spy. Her friends wrote hearts. One wrote, "He's insecure." I saved screenshots. I did not reply. Saturday, Grace's mother called to invite me to their family Christmas dinner in 2 weeks. We had gone every year. I said I might not attend. She asked why. I said we were working through something. She sighed and said, "Work through it here. Family keeps you honest." I said I would think about it. The investigator sent a final invoice and one more clip from a different night. Julian buying groceries with a card, then Grace zelling him the exact amount from our joint 5 minutes later. I added it to the folder. I also wrote a small memo of everything I would need if I had to evict Grace. We were both on the lease, so eviction was not the right word, but I could file for a mutual termination or remove myself. I met with a tenant attorney on Monday. He said to give clean written notice, keep paying my half and offer 2 options. She stayed and I left with a signed release, or we both left. He said to stop the social spiral. Courts like boring, he said. I can do boring. Grace tried a soft pivot. Julian's in a bad place, she texted. You don't understand him, I wrote. I understand our money, return it. She sent 3 paragraphs about loyalty. I replied with my bank's routing for repayment. The Christmas dinner invite stuck in my head. The investigator had footage. I had statements. My hands itched to blow it up, but I kept hearing my sister's voice. Do it clean or do not do it. I decided to do one thing, bring the ledger and the stills to the dinner in a simple folder, say one calm sentence if asked why I seemed off and leave. No speech, no monologue. Let paper speak. I bought cardstock and made a short packet, lobby stills with times, bank transfers with dates, and a single-page summary of dollars out and which were repaid. I printed the bounce check image. I wrote, "This is between me and Grace. I am here to answer if asked." I slid the packet into a manila envelope and put it by the door. 2 days before dinner, Julian texted from an unknown number. You guy to guy, stop digging, it read. You're making her upset. I did not reply. I forwarded the text to my attorney with a note. He wrote back one line. Keep. Dinner day came. I planned my exit. I parked on the street near the corner for a straight walk back to the car. I took the envelope. I set my phone to record only so I could write details later if needed. I walked in with a pie. Grace hugged me. She smelled like a new perfume I had not bought. I placed the pie and the envelope on a sideboard and shook hands with her father. He poured me tea. We sat. Halfway through Grace's sister asked across the table, "Are you two okay?" Grace spoke first. "He's been weird," she said sweetly. "He's jealous of my friendship with Julian." The room got close and quiet. I felt my pulse slow. I said, "I brought something." I stood, walked to the sideboard, and set the envelope on the table. I do not want a scene. I made a ledger of our joint account since October. It shows loan payments to Julian from our rent money. It shows a hotel charge the night Grace said she was helping him talk. It shows a bounced check Julian wrote back. "If anyone wants to see, it is here. Then I am leaving. We will handle the lease by email." Grace reached for the envelope. Her father reached faster. He flipped through the pages. He is a quiet man, his jaw set. Her mother took one page, the lobby still. She looked at Grace. "Is this true?" she said. No yelling, just the sentence. Grace said I was stalking her. She said I hired a creep. She said I had no right to dig because love is trust. Her father set the papers down like hot dishes. "You used his money," he said. "You lied to us. You lied to yourself." Julian was not there. He was a ghost in all of it, but his name sat on the checks and transfers like a stain. I said one last line. "I am not here to win a room," I said. "I am here to end a problem. Grace, I expect the joint funds back by Friday. I will be out by the end of the month. Please do not contact me except by email about the lease or repayment." I picked up my coat. I left the envelope on the table. I walked to my car with my hands shaking from the inside out. I sat, breathed, and drove home to my brother's couch. Update 3: the fallout hit fast. Grace sent a string of texts. "How dare you? You humiliated me." "Julian is fragile," I replied once. "Email only." I blocked her number. She emailed a day later. "My parents are furious. I need time. Can you cover rent this month?" I replied with a 3-line ledger and the words, "No." Julian tried again from a new number. "You ruined Christmas," he wrote. I wrote nothing. I blocked. Grace posted a story about betrayal, then she deleted it. Her mother called me to apologize for what I had to carry. She asked if I would send the ledger to her email. I did. She wrote back, "Thank you." That was all. On Friday, a transfer hit my new account from Grace for half the missing amount. A memo read "First payment." My attorney suggested a short repayment agreement with dates and a clause. If she missed one, the full sum became due and we could go to small claims without more talks. Grace signed. Julian was nowhere on the document. His name sat only on the bounce check. 2 weeks later, Grace missed the second payment. I filed in small claims with the summary, bank records, the bounce check, and the repayment agreement. I attached a screenshot of the first payment memo. The clerk stamped it, a date set. Her mother called and asked if I could delay. I said no. The day before court, a wire landed for the full balance. Memo paid. I canceled the hearing. My attorney sent a release of claim. Dull, clean. The landlord accepted a mutual termination of our lease. I scheduled a move out with a truck. I took my desk, my books, my tools, and the couch. I left the bed and the table. I patched nail holes and wiped the fridge shelves. I left my key on the counter. I took a photo of the empty rooms and emailed it to the landlord with the time. He replied, "Received." 3 months passed. Grace texted from an email address I did not know. "Can we talk?" she wrote. "Just 15 minutes, I sent one line. "Public cafe, Saturday, noon." She arrived on time. She looked smaller. She said, "I am sorry." Her voice was level and tired. "I took from you," I lied. "Julian used me for money and attention. I thought I was helping. I was hiding. I will pay you back for the last transfer you covered on utilities. I have the number." "I accept your apology," I said. "We are still done." She nodded. "I know," she said. "I had to say it." She slid an envelope with a cashier's check. I thanked her. She stood. "I hope you sleep," she said. "I do now after crying a lot." I said, "I sleep." We left without touching. The doorbell made a small sound. Final update: it has been 15 months since the hotel sentence and the envelope at dinner. My life is small in the way that fits. I moved into a 1-bedroom over a repair shop that closes by 6. I put up shelves. They are almost level. I keep a key bowl by the door and a whiteboard for bills. The calendar squares are clean. Business is steady. I built a dock schedule that cut our misloads by half. I hired a kid who thought speed was a plan and taught him to write it down first. He saved us from shipping 30 boxes to the wrong state. I told him, "Boring wins." He laughed. He now loves boring. Grace moved out of the old place 2 months after me. She lives with her sister for now. She keeps her account private. I do not follow. A mutual said Julian moved to another city. A different mutual said he left a job after a short time. It is not my work. I do not say his name. People ask where the revenge is. They want the clip of the lobby on a projector and a speech with a mic that feeds back. They want a scene. I do not have that. My revenge looked like a folder with dates and receipts. It looked like a calm sentence in a dining room where a family serves ham and asks simple questions. It looked like a repayment agreement and a wire that landed after a miss. It looked like keys on a counter and photos of empty rooms for a landlord's file. It looked like sleep. I started seeing someone on quiet terms. Her name is Lena. We met at the park when her dog dropped a ball at my feet and then apologized by wagging harder. She works nights at a lab. She likes soup and trains. On our third walk, I told her the short version. My ex booked a hotel with a friend. I found transfers. I made a folder. I ended it. She said, "Clean is kind to your future." I liked that. We wrote 2 rules in a shared note. Tell the hard thing early. No private loans from the joint account, ever. We added a third later. Keep family dinners about food. A nephew asked me why I do not go to Grace's family for Christmas anymore. I said, we wanted different rules for trust. He said, like sharing toys, and I said, something like that. He went back to building a fort with couch cushions. I like forts built with permission. I kept 1 page from the long week, not the lobby still, not the bounce check, a printout from my notes app, 4 lines in block letters. Hear the sentence. Write it down. Follow the money, leave clean. It sits inside the pantry door with a magnet. When I get rice, I see it. It does not make me angry, it makes me steady. If you are where I was, here is what helped. Believe the small twist. Save dates and amounts. Hire a professional if you need eyes, but keep it legal. Do not post. Do not yell. Separate your money. Put the facts on paper. Say 1 sentence and leave. Let people who want storms chase storms without you. Choose dull. Choose sleep. Sometimes I walk by that hotel. People check in with bags and hope. I hope good things for them. I keep walking home to a place that smells like soup and motor oil from downstairs. Lena curls up with her dog on my couch. The key bowl holds 2 sets now. They make a light sound when we come in. The door shuts. It stays shut. That is enough.